Alex Jones and Elon Musk, after a 5-year ban off of Twitter and X, 5-year ban, he is finally reactivated after poll Elon runs. So Elon Musk has reinstated conspiracy theorist. This is CNBC story. Alex Jones's X account, formerly Twitter, after a 5-year ban, Jones had been banned in 2018, and for violating Twitter's abusive behavior policy. Alex Jones had previously spread false claims that San Diego elementary school elementary school shooting was a hoax, leading to harassment and threats against the victim's family. San Diego's victims' relatives sued Jones, winning a $1.5 billion judgment against him. Musk's decision to reinstate Jones has sparked controversy, with Musk stating that permanent bans should be extremely rare. Elon Musk asks Alex Jones about Sandy Hook, and this is what it sounds like if you have this. While they did this, it was at 60,000. By the time it was done, there was 120,000 people live listening to this. Spaces, go for it, Rob.
I think at least the medium answer. Look, I guess people just want to know. Like, obviously, it would be like heartless and cruel to deny a school shooting of children, or to attack the parents or anyone who is involved. It seems that would be, just incredibly mean and cruel, frankly. So it's sort of that's I think what a lot of people are upset about, or at least they think that is the reason to be upset about. And if that were true, I think we would rightly be upset with you.
Yeah, yes, sir. Well, please let me then just tell you what really happened, okay? And if you want me to send you a dossier with clips and videos and articles,
I mean, post it to your account,
Yes, sir, I will do that. So let me tell you what happened. I'm a guy that didn't go to college. I mean, a few years of community college. I started out on
tells this whole story, and this goes for about 10 minutes, Rob, right? In it, he says, look, 5 years ago, I went on, this is quoted somewhere. He says, I went on Joe Rogan podcast and I apologize. I went on Patrick Bet-David podcast and I apologize. And he's saying all this stuff on the what he did. And then, at the end, others get on. They keep asking the question. There's sometimes it got heated. There was even Andrew Tate getting on with Musk. It was just a very fascinating Twitter Spaces that took place with the conversations. But for some of you that are watching this, I got a question for you, Rob. Maybe let's do this. Would you like to see us do a live at our next, PBD Podcast Live with Alex Jones and maybe a couple guests? If you would like to see that happen, text the word podcast to 310-340-1132. Text the word podcast to 310-340-1132. Rob, can you put that in chat and comment section? If you have any interest in us doing a live podcast at our 5990 Live Club, and afterwards, maybe some of you guys getting a chance to meet Alex and asking questions that you may have at the Cigar Lounge. But, Tom, what do you think with Alex now being back? One, move-wise from Elon. Good move, bad move. And two, what do you think the people on the left are sitting there saying, how the hell can you give this guy the mic back for him to start talking and, spreading his thoughts and ideas and opinions that he has?
Well, I have a remarkably succinct point of view here. Number one, putting him back on is good for free speech. Number two, it scares the hell out of Democrats who want to suppress the voices and control the narrative, especially in election season. But number three, I think him coming back on and him giving kind of a half apology. I mean, you look at the guys on the All-In Pod, they were split. Sachs and Calacanis went back and forth on X. One of them very concerned, saying that was not an apology, dude. That was not sufficient. And the other guy said, hey, he gave us its story and he kind of laid it out there, and they kind of went at it. And I think that's that's sort of the voice of America on Alex Jones. There are some of us out there that say, that really wasn't quite an apology, and the fact that it took him 5 years to get here, and you really cornered him. You did a good job on the podcast, I thought, with Alex Jones.
The one 5 years ago.
Yeah, I'm not saying...
He was upset at me.
I know he was, and I'm not saying it because you're sitting here because we've been friends for 15 years. Legitimately, I thought that you proceeded the argument in the right way to corner him because he needed to be cornered, because he was refusing to really engage and talk and dialogue and kind of cop to what he did. And so that's what I think. I think this is good for free speech. I think Elon just scared the hell out of the liberals who want to suppress voices about, I'm willing to let voices go, and they'd be like, no. And then Alex Jones, I see how people are feeling there. Half of them are saying, hey, I think that's enough of an apology. And they're not enthusiastic. They're saying, okay, I think that's enough of apology. I'm not giving him a free ride, but okay, he came to the microphone.
Vinny,
and other people saying, not enough.
I think, obviously, and Adam, you said this before, just about Americans love a redemption story. I mean, 5 years, that's a long time. We all make mistakes. I think we all get caught up in this thing where like, people think, like, especially if you're a Christian, you're supposed to be like, I'm Jesus Christ. No, I'm going to make mistakes. I've seen people in chat be like, oh, a guy that says this, this, and this, but he's a Christian. Yeah, hold on. I didn't say I'm Jesus. I make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes. I think, to take a step back, what Elon has done, and I say this a lot, Pat, people need to realize what this guy did for humanity, for speech, because those two twin brothers were on there too. Brian and what's it called, Krasenstein. They're
boy and Ed.
They're left. They're Trump hating, but to have a forum where we could all speak, because that's the problem that we're right now.
Two-headed narrative machine is what they are.
Yeah, no, 100%. But the beauty of that photo right there, Tom, is Elon's letting everybody speak. Nobody's speaking over each other. It's a forum where we could all talk. But to have, some like Twitter, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, they would block you. They take you down if you said anything that went against their narrative. You would never see that. That would never, ever, ever happen today if Elon didn't buy Twitter.
Yeah.
Period.
I'll add this about Alex Jones. Some of the worst things that you could do to somebody is just dismiss them as, oh, they're crazy. Oh, they're just absolutely wild. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Being dismissive and just dismissing somebody because of one thing that they said that may or may not have been wrong, I think is very dangerous. Now, was Alex wrong? Alex Jones absolutely 1,000,000% wrong about Sandy Hook? Yes. And he'll pay the price for that forever, literally. But was he right about a lot of shit that people were like, this guy's wild, he's a conspiracy theorist, he's crazy? Turns out he kind of actually knew some things that he's talking about. The globalists are coming for you.
He predicted 9/11. Did you see the video about him? He said 9/11 was going to happen exactly.
Joe Rogan said,
have that, Rob?
Alex Jones gave me chapter and verse on Epstein Island 5 years before it broke.
Yeah, and then what was the thing he went to in California? The whole, what was the thing, Rob?
Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, Bohemian Grove, whatever's going on there.
It's real.
So the worst thing to do is just dismiss someone like crazy. What's the point? I think it's a great move by Elon Musk bringing him back. I always side with free speech. I tend to be a free speech absolutist, even if it hurts your feelings. Welcome to the real world. Where I sort of draw the line is when it's inciting violence, or I don't know, maybe condoning genocide, sort of drawing the line right there. But other than that, I think
what he just said.
I think
Condoning genocide. So universities, Penn, MIT, and Harvard, it's okay what they're doing with that. But then, God forbid, this guy says something. You know what? No, let's sue him $1.5 billion. So what if all these people go around and they decide to sue the professors or the principals or the presidents of these 3 universities for a couple $1 billion? Hey, you're inciting violence. It's costing people's lives. What about that? What about if we do something like that? Would that have the same merit? I don't know. But look, welcome back, Alex. Don't be surprised if we, depending on the interest there is out there with us having Alex on a live where some of you guys will get a chance to see him live, not just on a podcast, but live like in flesh, in person talking. Maybe some of you guys will get a chance to ask him questions. Again, text the word podcast to 310-340-1132. Text the word podcast to 310-340-1132.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.